Hello, how you doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and it is Wednesday. So we are here for another edition of What's in the Box Wednesday. Now, if you're looking at the date and you're looking at the previous What's in the Box Wednesday, you see I did not post last week. And the reason why is I purchased my product that I was hoping would be here in time, and it did not arrive. And that was this product here, right here. And we're going to open this real quick and show you what we were going to open last week. And there are two boxes in here. The first one, we're going to open one, and then the second one I'm going to put to the side, and we'll open it later in the future probably, assuming I don't decide I get everything I want and resell it if I get everything I want and I'm happy. But I found a good deal on two. Actually, I kind of found a good deal on two. It was a really good deal, and then I bid my highest price I would pay and paid exactly that. Like I put like $72.51, and that's exactly what I paid, which means that the person that I outbid bid $72.50. So I literally paid exactly as much as I possibly could have or was willing to, which was probably a little more than I should have. Once it was taxes and stuff, it was like $90-something. But I got two boxes of 1991 Skybox. Two boxes. We're going to be opening one of these next week. It was our plan to open them today. Actually, my plan to open them last week. But these are not barn-breaking cards. There's not anything huge in the sets. It does have quite a few notable rookies from I'm a 90s basketball fan, is one I was biggest into. So rookies like Sean Kemp and stuff like that is just something I'd like to get and put in my PC. And then of course I'm always going to be looking to get a graded Michael Jordan from the set and stuff like that. So neat stuff. And then this week we were supposed to do this. And this is something we've opened before. I was looking to get some Series 2, but the Series 2 kept climbing, and I was able to get a good deal on a Series 1. So we will be opening in 2 weeks, so about May the 28th, I think. We will be opening a Pro Set Football Series 1. Now, Series 2 has the Sanders and the Aikman, which is the two cards I want the most. When we did this in the past, I didn't get a Sanders. I got 3 Aikmans. I sent them for grading, and all 3 came back 7s. So I'm going to get myself a Series 2. We're going to get a higher grade of Aikman and a good Sanders, hopefully. But this one has most of the other guys, the Chris Carter rookies, the Deion Sanders rookies, the Michael Irvin rookies, stuff like that, which I have, but I like better copies of. So we're going to do this in 2 weeks. And the reason why those have been adjusted is because this just came in yesterday, and it's the PSA order. This is the fifth subscription. The 6th one is still out. We'll have to start building the 7th one soon. I'd like to get it out before the 6th one comes back. But this one, and I say that, but it is possible. I'm considering starting a CGC for comics subscription, and we may go through my comics now that we're here. And instead of sending off another PSA subscription, I may grab a bunch of my comics and send those off instead, depending on if I can get those organized in time. If not, we'll send off another PSA subscription, organize the comics, and then send it off as subscription, as part 8. But here it is, one large box. I guess I could have opened this. I should have looked at it and known that it's PSA. It was going to have a box inside that box. That was just silly to not know that in advance. But here we go. One box of PSA. so excited. All right, so I will say that when we sent the shipment out, when we did, and I explained a little bit of it, I explained a lot of it, I'm sure, during the cleaning, if you watch the cleaning videos. But this was originally going to be 48 cards, and then when I put it through the system after doing everything, I realized that with the taxes and the insurance and stuff, it pushed it over the 1,000, and we want to stay strictly under 1,000. So I pulled 2 cards out. So there are 2 cards. That might be the other shipment though. Now that I think about it, I think that's the second shipment. That's shipment 6, not this one. This one, no, yeah, this one had a different thing that was wrong with it. This one had Shane sent 5 cards in this. Bartender Shane sent 5 cards in this one. And 1 card was not showing in the system. We had to enter it exclusively by itself. And because of that, it put it under a different grouping. And I had to send it in by itself. I had to send in, I mean, they also went in the same box, but I had to send, this is shipment 1 and shipment 2 of the whole shipment. And so they sent all these cards back. And that 1 other card is coming by itself in a separate shipment, and it's not here yet. It should be here in the next 2 or 3 days. I will open it up and make it a part 2 video that's just a few minutes long, and you know, put it in the playlist is what I'll do. Almost like a mailbag situation, so we can open it up, see what it is, and get it onto its owner. All right, so let's go here, and let's see. There is that. I don't want to read that. That tells me my answers. But that is the beautiful sight of all those cards. It's like freaking Christmas. I love, this is my favorite. Oh my gosh. I keep doing this and I keep saying you're wasting money. And we've talked about this. We talk about, oh, by the way, you guys like my new jersey? Wild Thing, Ricky Vaughn. Yeah. I got a couple like these. I'll be wearing them on some of the upcoming videos, but I'm a big fan of the jerseys from the sports movies concept. So, let's see which side is the front. Okay, look. I keep going about this saying, you know, the way we're doing it, what we're planning, what we have going on here is not the most financially best, I was going to say. Not the best. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Well, that's okay. Not the best way to go about it. We're not sending the best cards. We're not doing the best inspections to make sure that we're only going to get back 9s and 10s. And we should. You should. You absolutely should. But here's the thing. I just have so much fun doing this. When I see the cards that come back and I see this box of insane, just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of cards, and I don't know what they are and how much, you know, they're worth, and what grade they're going to get. There's so much that I can't wait to check it out, and that it's worth it. It's worth all of it. So I'm sitting here, I'm sorting real quick, kind of in order I want to go through them ish. Oh, you know what we need? I know what we need. You're like, what? Don't just sit there. I'm sorry. We need these. These are the grades of the ones we broke. I forgot that that's what was coming back today. So we broke several graded cards here, and we want to go through and see what they were before we look at what they currently are. That is that one. This one is that one. Nice. All right. These are. This is this one. This is this one. I don't even know what... Oh, I know what this is. All right. This is this one. All right. Pretty excited here. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, yeah, that. And that. And this. And this. 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 And this. And this. All right. And these 5 should 1, 2, 3, 4 all sugars. I mean, all Shanes. All right, so we'll do... They're not in a specific order. They're in a generalized order, and I will be a little bit more as I'm picking them up of their generalized order. We'll see how it goes. All right, so here we go. We got 4 cards that are Sugar Shane, the bartenders. He's waiting for these. He's so excited. He keeps telling me we need to stop going to PSA because it takes too long. Can't stop going to PSA. My whole collection is PSA now for the most part. I'm changing all the ones that aren't PSA into PSA. I'm not about to I don't want to have a mixture. You know, guys know me here. All right, so first of all, we got this card inside. I know what this is without looking. This is going to be the Barry Sanders hologram. We sent it already. This is the same exact one. I pulled it out, resubmitted it, just to see if they were going to tell me that the card size was not correct. Barry Game Breakers hologram. Mins is 0. Minimum size is requirement. So this, for some reason, they won't grade this card. This is a sugar white card that I sent without charging him. I sent it for free to see if they would grade it. I just thought maybe grader number 1 gave it that, grader number 2 wouldn't. So it's the same card. We knew it was a good possibility. At this point, I'm just going to throw it in the dollar. Well, actually, it's not mine, but I'm going to throw it into sugar stuff. And that's a shame. Now, we do have another one that is currently in 6, and this one that is set to go out in 7. We're going to get some graded cards of that card. But first of all, what could be argued as the biggest cards in our grouping, that's because they're Shane's, and he sends real cards as opposed to me sends heart cards. So this here is a Ricky Waters. He's a huge Ricky Waters fan, as you guys know if you've been watching the series. This one is, I gotta assume it's numbered somewhere. Doesn't look like it's numbered. Is it on the front? Nope. All right, so this one is a 96 Select Ricky Waters Mirror Gold. Sorry, I can't get my hand all in the frame because I have the PSA cards in the way. All right, there we go. Mirror Gold, certified, near mint 7. He's not going to be happy with that. He is not going to be happy with that. 1 down. Ugh. He knows he gets wrecked on these, and he just wants 9s, I think. I think he'd be happy with 9s. All right, so this is the same card, just not the gold version. It's a 96 Select Ricky Waters Mirror Red, and that one is a near mint 8. He'll be happier with that, obviously, and unfortunately, he would have liked them flip. The gold would have been a bigger deal. All right, so this one's a Ricky Waters. This one's not numbered either, right? Yeah, no. All right, this one is. This one's out of 99. 43 out of 99. So here's another Ricky Waters, Seattle Seahawks, 2001 Bowman Chrome Ricky Waters Gold Refractor, near mint 8. Come on. Give this man some love. All right, so here we go, guys. Black gold. Now, if you've been watching, you know I'm a black gold fan. We have a black gold over here. I believe it's the Barry Bonds black gold from 1993. This is obviously not from 1993. It's last year's Paul Skeens black gold rookie card. 2004 update. Paul Skeens, black gold, 9. Mint 9. Ah, that would have been nice. Would have been nice if that had been the 10. I was thinking that had the best chance of being the 10. All right. Well, Shane got a 9, 2 8s, and a 7. No 10s. And when you're sending older cards like those, not getting a 10 is not that surprising. But the Skeens would have been nice. Would have been nice. All right. So here we go. I'm going to take the first stack I made and take those and see what we have here. We have that and that and that and that. That goes with that. This goes with that. That goes with that. That goes with that. This goes there, there, there. All right. So I have 4 different types in this grouping. I have a TCG card from a Star Wars. I have some holograms from DC. I have some rookie hockey, and I have some wrestling. So we're going to start with the rookie hockey. These 2 are from the Score Traded set. Jaromir Jagr and Sergei Fedorov, 2 of my all-time favorite players. So they're rookie cards from the Score Traded set. First, we'll look at Jaromir Jagr. See if either of these got me a 10. I suspect no. These are probably 9s and 8s at best. 1990 Score Rookie Traded Jaromir Jagr near mint 8. I'm okay. I mean, obviously any 10 would be nice, but these are what I expect. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about when I say I don't do this well. I lose money because that's a ridiculous card to, I mean, when you figure $20 to grade plus the card price, which for me was nothing, still it's a $4 card at that, you know, best. I've lost money, but I'm not really looking for money in these. It goes on my wall, and I hope to get a better version someday. You guys have heard me say this before. Sergei Fedorov, near mint 7. Not even an 8 on that one. That sucks. That sucks. And I expect this, guys. This is going to be a lot. I mean, I'm going to be very much under on my 10s. Like a group like this size, in the past, I get usually about 11 10s and more 9s than anything else. This is going to be a ton of 7s and 8s, hopefully, if I'm lucky. All right, guys. So this one is from the old Young Jedi game. I have graded... No, I haven't. This is my first one. I do have a Darth Maul back here on the wall that I will grade. These are the foil cards. Those are the only ones that I thought were worth grading. Not that they're worth grading money-wise. They're worth grading for me. So you got the 99 Decipher Star Wars R2-D2 Loyal Droid Young Jedi Foil Excellent 6. That's a terrible grade. Terrible grade. So the point was, one, I'm a huge R2-D2 fan. I think he's one of the best characters in Star Wars. I love R2-D2. But, 2, I wanted stuff that would be different. If I look at it from the standpoint of I put out a table at a convention. When you walk those tables at the convention, you see the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I just wanted someone to walk by and say, like, no matter what they collect, there was something to stop and look for a second. Oh, look at these neat Star Wars cards I've never seen. Look at these DC cards I've never seen. Look at these wrestling cards I've never seen. Stuff like that. Even if they're not worth much, I appeal from the cards. Now, it being a 6 is not going to slow anyone down. But that R2-D2 out of 10, someone would look and go, wow, that's kind of neat, even if it's not what I collect. So, all right. So these we're going to do we're going to do the DC holograms only because I suspect these to be terrible grades too. I've had them my whole life for the most part. In no particular order here. Oh, good. The worst one first. Wave Rider. Whereas the next stack of wrestling, there are like four or five wrestling cards here. These are new cards. There is a chance that we may get a 10 out of one of those. But this is the DC Cosmic Cards Wave Rider Hologram 7. And like I said, that's what I expect. I expect pretty much from these 7s. Just because you know they've been sitting there for decades. Hologram card 8. Neat. Okay, I'll take that. Keep going up. Give me a 9 now. Actually, that's Superman. This is the one I want a 10 on. Come on. At least, it's not going to be a 9, but at least 8. All right, 8. I'll take it. I'll take it. Is this the Wonder Woman? Yep. So I don't even remember what that one is. Oh, that's Hawkman, I think. That's better. All right, give me another 8 here. Give me another 8 here. Yes. All right. And that's the thing. When you talk yourself into bad grades, you can get excited about bad grades. This one, I don't care if it's a 7 or a 6. I'm not a Hawkman guy. Another 8. All right. So we got 3 8s, 4 8s, and 1 7. And the 7 we got was Wave Rider. That was perfect. That's the perfect one to get the 7 on. All right. So far, no good. Actually, I should start separating these into numbers, right? All right. Next, we have wrestling. Now, this first one here, there was no real reason to grade. All right. It is Liv Morgan. It is an action pack card. All right. It's not a rookie. It's not a... Well, that was... Good job, Spec. I don't know if you saw it. I did not. It's not a rookie. It's nothing special. But my best friend's son graduated from college yesterday. Literally this weekend on Sunday. He returned home yesterday. I saw him for the first time in a while. And he is the biggest Liv Morgan fan in the world. I bought us tickets. Me and him are going to... Saturday Night Main Event and Battleground and Monday Night Raw here in Tampa at the end of May in a couple weeks. I bought him those tickets for graduation, and I also graded this to give him as a graduation present. So this is not mine, this is for him, but it is a Chronicles WWE Liv Morgan Action Pack and 8. That's what I thought I saw. So these Action Pack cards are impossible to get a good grade on, but an 8 is not bad for an Action Pack card. But, yeah, there's Liv Morgan. He's a big fan, so I got that for him. Now, these next 3, we got an Austin Theory, a Roman Reigns, and a Bayley. I believe they're all numbered cards, and I believe this is the rarity. So I think this is the most common. The Roman Reigns is the least common, if I remember right. So we'll open them in that order. You guys know I'm an Austin Theory fan. I've got 2 Austin Theory graded cards up on my top 35 card. Nope, actually only one of my top 35. But the one that's up there is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, my 12th favorite card that I have graded. So I'm a big Austin Theory fan. I hope that his stuff turns around soon. They give him a little bit more. But this is out of 75. Actually, I think the Bayley is a higher number. But it is Austin Theory. Most people don't care. 23 Chronicles, WWE Austin Theory Green. Gem 10. That's my 3rd Gem 10 Austin Theory. Yes! All right. Cool. Very cool. That's my first 10 for the pack, guys. Like I said, these were the first that I really thought I might have a chance at a 10. Everything else, except for the Skeens, was so old I doubted it. So this is also from Chronicles. It's a Bayley Pink, numbered to 349. But the women do sell better than the men generally, especially Bayley, who's from a women's division standpoint an all-time great, whereas Austin Theory is not. So it's a better card in that sense. 23 Chronicles, WWE, Bayley, Pink, 6. Holy crap. Oh, look at that corner. Jeez. See, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, did I not notice that? Or did that get done somewhere else? Like, I cleaned it and I didn't see those corners? That's terrible. 6. Well, to be honest with you, I said it because it was a number card, but I didn't care about it that much. So if I'm going to get a 6 on something, we seem to be doing it on the right cards. Okay, and then this is Roman Reigns. This is out of 150, but it's Topps Finest. It's a better product. We've already graded some of these. We graded... actually, just the one, Bianca Belair, to 25. We got that back in a 10. And it is the final card up there on my my big 35. We back here we have. Oh, it was down here, and they got pushed off when we opened the 87 Fleer. But we have Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston numbered lower than this, but not as important as a Roman Reigns. So, blue refractor to 158. Yeah. One thing I did notice, if you go on the website, you can see the pictures. They take scanned your cards, your when they're graded, and they're always there. I can go back and look at my first order, and when you bring them up, you can zoom in and you can see much better. So I think I'm going to buy one of those big magnifying glasses that you get for jewelry and gems and stuff, and see what that's all about. All right, that is definitely not a mine, so that must mean that must be Sugar's, and that must mean Sugar has another one in here that I don't know about. So that, I'm gonna move these to the side for that reason. I wonder if it's this. Yep. I think that's it. All right. This is the one that I only sent 2 in for Sugar. This is when we were having trouble communicating. So I only sent 2 in for Sugar. So we'll do this. But let's do Sugar's 2 real quick. We sent in a Jason Dominguez. And Jason Dominguez card prices have been falling. Although this past week, he just had a bunch of home runs, and so I think it may climb a little. But it is a 2023 rookie, 2024 Jason Dominguez 2023 greatest hits rookie card, graded at a 8. Man, they are just not being nice to me today. Wow. That was Sugar's. Come on, at least take care of Sugar and Shane. I can handle me. And then the other one is a Travis Kelce rookie. 2013 Panini Rookie and Stars Longevity. Travis Kelce. 9. Mint 9. That one's not bad. That's not bad. It's a 2013 card that you're grading 12 years later. So I understand that one. But the Jason Dominguez should have been a 10. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's dinged up and I don't see it. But, you know, I would have liked a 10, obviously, from that. So those are Sugars. All right, then we got a stack here of, these are the others. They're more important than the ones we've looked at already, but not the great ones yet. This one probably should have been up with the hockey guys. I noticed that after I already inserted it and paid it. So it was like, I shouldn't have sent this. This is going to be a 5. I'm hoping for a 6 at this point. But this was after. I couldn't change it. So I just went with it. 1990 Pro Set Junior Seau Rookie 6. Hoping for a 6. Got a 6. Alright, then we got a Brandon Miller Rookie Green. This is one I like to send stuff like this because there is value to it theoretically, and I have no loyalty to it. So it's an easy one for me to get out of, especially with a high grade. So 2023 Donruss Brandon Miller Hollow Green Laser 9. I see these are the ones that I need 10s on more than anything, and I got a 9. That's our first 9, guys. That is our first 9. We have 110 and a crap ton of 8s already. All right. That's all right. We're not that worried about it. Not that worried about it. The fun is still here. Here we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, rookie. This is from the Rookies Prism draft pick set. This is a green Prism 9. I think they don't like me, and they just dinged up my cards on purpose. All right. So this CJ Stroud here, I sent 2 of them. I'm hoping for a bounce back. I'd love to get rid of both of these if these were both 10s. I don't know that they will be. I know that Absolute is not a huge chase, but at the same time, a 10 CJ Stroud rookie could potentially become something big eventually. But no, we're going to get a 9 on that. Same here. In fact, wouldn't be surprised if this one came back an 8. That corner didn't necessarily look good, but that might have just been a weird way. Nope, there's the 10. All right, so let's really look at the corner. No, okay, that's just a weird way the light bounced off of it. That's actually, corner's pretty good. All right, so we did get a 10 on one of them. 110, 19. It always makes me wonder when you can't visually see the difference what they saw. All right, last one in this stack, and then we get to the stuff I'm really looking forward to getting, seeing what the grades are, even though a lot of it I already know are 7s at best. But this is the 83 Topps Barry Bond Black Gold. We're trying to put this set together, and it doesn't matter what the grade is. We have the Griffey already, and I think the Griffey is the first one out of my 36, so it's not here, but I believe I got a 8 on it. This one came back a 6. Now, I don't expect any of these to get 70 is about what I'm hoping for. They're old, and they were in my collection. In fact, there might be some yellowing to it. It's hard to tell. I don't know I don't need a new one. But I will be trying to buy some 83 Topps to pull some of these so I can get better grades at some point. But this is what happens when you go with your heart and not your mind and your money, what's best for business, All right, let's just go in order, and if there's something that's too good to be true, then we'll put it to the side. But this is the 85 Donruss Cal Ripken. We got these a while back. Sent the Kirby Puckett with maybe the first shipment. That's one of my favorite cards. It's card number 2 on my big board up there. Kirby Puckett 85 Donruss rookie, graded at a 9. This one I didn't send in back then because it's off center. You can see this is thinner than that. So I know it's going to be a 7. But it's just a cool Cal Ripken card. I wanted to get it graded, so 6. I was hoping for a 7. Hoping for a 7. Same with this next card here. Actually, this is a big deal. I know it's a 7 at best, so we won't do it so far down the line, but we will wait a little bit on it because it's so big. And this one here is a Brett Favre Pacific rookie. 91 Pacific Brett Favre rookie. This is one that I got when Sugar had sent stuff to open for What's in the Box Wednesday. He sent this, and he got one, and then there was a double, so he said I could have the double. So I sent this in because I like Brett Favre rookies, and there's a 10. Holy crap. Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. That helps, makes me happy. If it makes you happy. All right, so more from the 85 Donruss set. We're just kind of catching these up. We had some backlogged 85 Donruss that we weren't going to send, but then we're like, why not? Tony Gwynn, Cal Ripken, Don Mattingly, send them. Let's see what happens. I think I still got one up here. Nope, maybe I don't. Maybe I sent the Nolan Ryan as well. Who knows? But again, I didn't send it originally. One, because it's not a rookie. I wasn't necessarily sending it. But two, because that side is so short. And then with a black border, it's so hard to get a 10 anyway. I suspect we're going to get another 6. I'm hoping for 7 or 8. But Tony Gwynn, 85 Donruss, 8. Okay, I can handle that. I'm okay with that. Nice, Tony. We'll take that. All right. This one is just kind of an iconic McGuire card. This came out of my complete set, my factory set, I should say. We did the 89 set, and we sent off all sorts of cards from it. But this McGuire, I really wanted to send too, just because of the look. It is great eye appeal from an early McGuire. 89 Upper Deck. Now, all my Upper Deck, I did get a 10 back. I got the Nolan Ryan try. That's my number 6 card up there. Try 3 Nolan Ryans. But I sent 5 or 6 cards in, and the Griffey came back in 8. The Randy Johnson, the Jim Abbott, the John Smoltz, they all came back like 7s and 8s. So I don't expect this to get the 10, but 8. I was hoping for a 9. I really would have loved to get that as a 10. I mean, the card is kind of pointless as anything but a 10. But it does look so cool. I was hoping. You always hope. You always hope. All right. All right, here's the other Ripken 85 tops. We did Donruss. We did send 2 of them. This one, again, same thing. It's just short on that side. It's a black border. It seems like there's a little bit of white up there. So it's probably also a 6. No, that one's a 7. Okay, well, at least one came back a 7. One came back a 7, one came back a 6. It makes it easy for me to just let go of the 6. I'm never even going to record I'll record in my information that I got the 6 back. But when I'm logging in my pictures and this and that, I only keep a picture of one card. So I won't be even logging the... Alright, so here we go. Pro set. We did this card in our first or second shipment for Sugar, and he got a 10 on his. This came from the same box. I sent in his as a 10, and then I sent in mine this time. Pro set Platinum Brett Favre rookie. This one came back as 7. He got a 10, I got a 7, and it was from the same box. Well, that's what happens, I guess. I just can't tell the difference. I really can't. I can't look at it and see the difference. All right, here we go. More Brett Favre. This was a Brett Favre Palooza. This is the 1991 score rookie Brett Favre. Honestly, of the 3, this is the one I think I would have wanted to come back the 10, not the Pacific. I would have liked this to be the 10, the Platinum to be the 9, and the Pacific to be the 7. But we're going to get the backwards here, 91 score, and this is going to be the 8. So, still kind of cool. Still kind of cool. But, now, we are, let's see, we'll do that. That here. Alright. Like that, and like that. Now they're in order. You're like, now they're in order? Yeah, now they're in order. All right, so first we're starting off with 87 Topps Don Mattingly. You're like, what the heck? That's not a rookie. That's not... Nope, it's not. This is just a card that came back. First of all, I thought it was beautiful. I thought that there's no way this doesn't get at least a 9. It is gorgeous. Secondly, I want every single Mattingly in a 10. That's my goal. I want to get them all. Everything else going on is me playing and having fun. I'd like to pull and grade Mattingly's, and eventually just I'll buy them. But I want to get a full Mattingly career. This is my guy, 87 Topps Mattingly, a 6. Are you shitting me? I thought this was a 10. Like, I looked and looked, and I mean, look at that centering. Those corners. What the hell happened? I was so excited about this card. Then we got a Don Mattingly from 85 Dunross, which if that's a 6, this has to be a 2. Like, I see the white corners there. I see that it's not perfectly centered. It's very thin on this side and fat on that side. I don't understand. 85 Don Mattingly 7. This got a higher grade than... Jesus. Doesn't really help that that's brown, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. All right. And that's the end of all the cheapy stuff. This is the big deal stuff. Now, granted, some of this big deal stuff I knew was not good. For example, this 83 Fleer second year Cal Ripken, I didn't send it in when I sent in the Tony Gwynn, which is my #1 card up there, because of how badly this was cut. I looked at this card straight out of the box, said it's actually in pretty good condition, corners are nice, but that cut alone is going to make it a 7. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least a 7. 83 Fleer, Cal Ripken Jr., 7. And to me, that's on the cut alone, and that being that bad. I knew it. I'm not surprised. I'm fine with it. By fine with it, I mean I wish when I bought a box it wasn't that badly cut. But that's all I can hope for. Plus, feel like I got my monies from the cut from just that Tony Gwynn is a 9. All right, this one, Ryan Sandberg, this is his rookie from that year. Same situation happened, almost the same exact cut. So I'm going to look at this and say, I mean, it's in very nice condition. There's nothing really wrong with it except for the cut. So the cut's going to make it a 7. It's going to be a 7, a 7, a 6. Fuck. Pardon my French. All right, guys. Whew. Now we're on to basketball. These are the 1989 Fleer cards. If you remember, I purchased a box of 89 Fleer, and then turns out I didn't pay attention. I was only buying a pack of 89 Fleer. I should have known because it was such a good price, but I didn't do the research on the box, so I didn't know how much the price was going to be. I figured it was 89. It couldn't be that much. There was no rookies there that mattered. Doesn't matter because you can pull a Michael Jordan 89 Fleer there. It mattered. And that's on me for not knowing. But they sent me 2 packs instead of 1 pack, which was nice of them. And I pulled this and 2 really good stickers that I sent to get graded, knowing that there's no real chance they're getting 10s. Now, the Larry Bird here is the best condition of the 3 cards. But even that, you can see, is up and to the left. So I'm hoping for an 8 here. We'll see how it plays out. I did send these in, all knowing none of them were 10s. Near mint 8. That's what I was hoping for. There was no way I was getting a 9 with that centering. So That's pretty much, in my eyes, that is a 10 off-centered. It's an off-centered 10. So I'll take it. Then we have 2 stickers. Now you can see this was Magic Johnson. You can see all the blue dots on the back here. You can see how badly off-centered it is. Like, this is probably going to be a 5. And that's fine. To me, this and the other sticker, it's just like me sending in the Allen Iverson rookies or the Kobe Bryant rookies. I just want them slabbed and not to get any worse than they are. So it's the 89 Fleer sticker Magic Johnson. Ooh. Near mint 8 MC. Don't know what that means. Guys, someone put in the comments what MC after that means. Miscut. 8 miscut. Oh, that's better than... That's my guess. That's better than them just giving me a 5 on it, which is what I expected. Which means that this one that doesn't have blue dots on the back and looks great, except it's miscut. Hopefully this comes back a 9 or 10 miscut. That being said, with this one, you can see how the cut is into the picture. It's not really, but there's almost no white there. It's like, and this one, there's enough white there that they could just say off-centered instead of miscut. We'll see. But 89 Fleer sticker Michael Jordan, excellent 6. Yep, see, and that's the difference. That's what I was saying. Do I want an 8 miscut or did I want the 6? That's the difference. I don't know which is better. I think I would have rather another 8 miscut or even a 9 miscut. And now we are to the final 6 cards. And these final 6 cards aren't necessarily the best 6 cards. What they are the 6 cards that we cracked. So the first card was a 2021 Jamar Chase Fire Burst rookie. Now let's do this real quick. Let's go here. Let's do there. That like that. That like that. No, actually, let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. There we go. Like that. Then we go. You're like, what are you doing? You'll see. You'll see. I have a plan. It is amazing. It is the best plan in the history of plans. Is it? No. Not at all. Alright, so what we have here is a Jamar Chase there we go. Jamar Chase 2001 Phoenix Fire Burst rookie. It was a Gem Mint 10. Was a Gem Mint 10 from GMA. But when sent to PSA, it was also a Gem Mint 10. That one was worth sending. Oh, yes. At least we got a 10. Nice. Okay. I don't know if that's worth anything, but all right. So this one is not working out to be like I hoped. All right. This one was a next level grade. It's upside down. That's not a 6. It's a 9. It had 9 corners, 9 surface, 9 5 edges, 9 centering. This came back a 9. A Justin Herbert Prism. I sent this in figuring if it comes back a 10, That's a big deal. If it comes back a 9, it's still better than being a next level grade 9. So here we go. We got a 2020 Panini Justin Prism 9. Mint 9, which is fine. So far, we have crossed over and got exactly what the card was before. If it said 9, it was a 9. If it said 10, it was a 10. Sure, we wanted them to bump up. This is the one I want to bump up the most. I don't want to see what the answer is. All right. This was a 9-5. It had 8-5 corners, 9-5 surface, 9 edges, and 10 centering. So I just want it to be, I'd love it to be that 10. But I suspect I'm going to get the 9. 1987 Topps Barry Bonds. 7. Oof. 7. Well, oh, you know what? I wonder if... yeah, so I remember Shane being like, they gave that a 10 centering. Look at that back. Now that I think about it. So maybe PSA took off more for the back than Next Level Grade did. But 7 seems... Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. All right. So this one was Beckett Ryan Sandberg 8. It was a centering 8, edges 9, corners 7-5, surface 9. This is his Topps rookie, Ryan Sandberg 8. All right. All right. So from going from a old style white label Beckett to a PSA and keeping the grade, to me it's worth the money for my personal collection. So that is a win. That's a win. We didn't get a bump up, but that's a win. All right, and this one, we got to make sure that stays. All right, so this one, Don Mattingly, 84 Fleer. I bought this a long time ago. It was a 9, 9-9, 9-5 corners, 9 surface. Just keep the 9. Just keep the 9. No, it's going to be an 8. Yes! Oh, fuck yes. All right. So crossing over, except for that Barry Bonds, and that's a next level grade 1, not a Beckett 1. The Beckett and the GMC was good. The one screw up, now one of our next level grades worked good. The other one, not so well. But yeah, nice. All right. Very happy with that 9. Now this one, I don't suspect I'm going to get a 10. But this is, I bought years ago. I bought one of those lots on eBay where it's like... estate sale, selling off, buy $40 and get 2,000 cards, including graded cards and whatever, rookies and stuff. And strangely enough, it came with a Tiger Woods rookie, 2001 Upper Deck #1 Tiger Woods rookie, Gem Mint 10. Now it's from Gem Grading Company. This was like when grading was just starting out. I don't know what this is. I didn't really look too much at it. I cracked it and stuck it in a sleeve and stuck it in a loader and sent it. I suspect I'm going to be sorely disappointed and I'm going to be a 7 here. I'm hoping for a 9. I guess I'll settle for an 8. But I had, at one point, a 10 I could have hung on my wall, and now it's a 7. It's a 7, which is exactly what I said it was going to be. Wow. Now, I can't be too surprised. It was a Gem Grading Company. But I did hope that there was something there. 7. All right, guys, that's the lot. It was not that, I mean, it's still exciting. It's still so exciting. I'm still so happy to have the cards. But Shane did not do great with his 7, 2 8s, and 9. Sugar did not do great with his 8 and 9 and 1 card that didn't even grade. And then me, for the first time ever, and Shane has one more coming. He's got one more coming. Keep that in mind. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sixes. Now, granted, knew it was a 6. Well, I didn't know it was a 6. This one was a surprise. That one was very much a surprise. So 6 of them is not a surprise by any means, due to how old they were, how banged up they were, how miscut they were. Not a surprise. I threw them in there, meaning these 6, there was 0 chance of getting a 10 on. So when you look at them and say you send them in expecting an 8 as your high, getting a 6 is like getting an 8. You know what I'm saying? As if you sent in a card thinking it was a 10 and it came back an 8. I sent in thinking it was an 8 and they come back a 6. So I'm not that upset about those. These two, however, really thought that was going to come back a 9 because there was no reason for it to not come back a 10. And then this one, not that I really thought or excited about it. It was a 2023 card. It was a fairly new card. They generally do better than 6s. So, not happy with that. Our 7s, because that said 10, I was hoping for an 8. A 7 does not make me happy. I thought there was a chance I could get a 9 because of it. The bond said 9.5, so a 7 is disappointing as well. That is right on what I nailed it. I said it was a 7. I was, it's one of those things where it's like, this is clearly a 7. I'm sending it in. And if they don't take off as much as I think they do for centering, then maybe there's a way it sneaks an 8. So I'm not upset with that one. Same with this. This was off-centered and it's black, so it's chipping a little. The fact that it got better than the tops, I'm happy with a 7. This one, I have no clue how that's a 7, especially since we sent another one that came back a 10. We talked about the Cal Ripkins and the 6 in the other one. We thought it was at best an 8, and the centering was off, so 7 makes sense. Wave Rider, I could care less. I only sent this one to get grading because I sent the other ones. Probably shouldn't have even sent that one, and then the Fedorov, I would have liked that to come back a little higher than a 7. One of my favorite hockey players of all time. I was just trying to get his rookie. Then we have our 8s, which is our highest stack, our largest cards. We have the Ryan Sandberg, which kept his grade of 8, which is I'm ecstatic about. That's so good. The 8 miscut. If only the Jordan could have been miscut just slightly more and got itself an 8 miscut or a 9 miscut, that would have been better. So I'll take an 8 miscut over the 6 or 5 that it should have come back. The Larry Bird 8 is fine. That's pretty much what I expected. The Brett Favre, this one, I was hoping for better. There was no reason it should have been that bad, I don't think. I don't see anything. It's not... Yeah, I don't see anything. There's no real surface. Well, is that a dot? Well, maybe there's stuff like that I'm just not really noticing. There's a black dot there, I think is on the card. So there, I can see it now. The McGuire, I don't know why that is. The Gwynn, I'm happy with. That miscut to an 8 is what it is. This is another one like the Bailey. At least it wasn't a 7, but, I mean... I wouldn't have sent it in if I knew it was going to get this low. I needed it to be a 9 or a 10. Now it's just pointless as a card. This one we said we're happy with. It's a gift. I don't think he'll care that it's an 8. Yager, same as the Fedorov. Would have liked it to be a 9, but what can you? And then we got the 4 DC comic cards, which honestly I'm very happy with 8s because they've been in my collection for 30 years. More than that, more than 30 years, and I've never really taken care of them or kept up with them. They just showed back up, and I was like, oh, let's see what we get with these. and that's clearly for my own enjoyment there. That's not like those are selling or anything. The Mattingly as a 9, that's probably the win. This right here is my winning card from this PSA as a Mattingly guy, getting an 84 Fleer at a 9. There's nothing that can be done better than that. In fact, this goes up and probably becomes my number 1 card up there. Maybe my number 2. Maybe I keep the Gwyn above it. The Herbert 9 would have been nice, but it's, even transfer I don't have a problem with. The Stroud 9, we got a 10, so it's just cannon fodder. Any of these that are the newer cards, and you can see aside from the Mattingly, this is exactly what we were talking about, and this is why we switched to where we're going to do it more this way. If you're asking what I'm talking about, going forward, we're going to send in, like one of these is 35 cards. So we're going to send in 3 rows worth of new stuff and only 2 rows worth of old stuff. Honestly, that Lewis needs to be over there. I think I will shift it. But the reason I do that is because if you look at these 9s, and we'll see in the 10s in a second too, we got one Mattingly, which was already graded a 9. Otherwise, and then 4 other cards. And then all these cards over here that are low grades, they're all because they're from the old side. We need to be focusing, if we want to get more 10s, we need to be focusing and sending in a little bit more of this and a little less of this. Even though this is where my heart's at, which is why we're going to keep doing it, we need to make sure that is where we go. And then, of course, the Brandon Miller, again, would have been good for a 10. And then our 10s, we got 4 10s. This is the lowest grouping of 10s we've ever gotten. The Jamar Chase has a chance to earn us some money. That would be nice. The Brett Favre, that's just something that goes on my wall. We got something, one of my guys. We got CJ Stroud. That one's going to be hard for me. This one I may commit to holding on to for a year. I may go and say, I'm sticking this in my safe for 1 year. I'm not allowed to look at it until next off season, and see what kind of a season he has. If he has an average season, then I wait for him to have a 2 or 3 good stretch and sell it at a high and just move on. If he is one of the top 4 quarterbacks in the league and looks like he did in his rookie year, like he's going to be the future of the NFL, then I may keep it forever, like you would want a Patrick Mahomes rookie, So we'll see how that plays out. And then, of course, the Austin Theory, that just goes into my WWE case, which I haven't created one yet, but I'm going to because it's Austin Theory and a 10. So, guys, if I sound disappointed, it's because there's a certain level of disappointment to the grades. But as I go back through them, there's really only a few. The McGuire, the Mattingly 87, the Bailey, the 6 Bailey, which makes no sense. The Barry Bonds dropping from a 9.5 to a 7. There's really only a few that I didn't expect to happen. The rest, there was an expectation that I was gambling and hoping for a better grade than I really thought I could get. There's no reason for me to think that the Cal Ripken 85 Don Ross that was off center was going to come back. I mean, it had a black border, so there was going to be chipping. It was going to come back a 7 or 6. That's just what it was. And the delusion that there was a chance it might come back an 8, so let's go ahead and send it. It's the same thing as here. I'm going to be sending in this Nolan Ryan 87 tops. It's not like it's going to get a 10. So when it comes back a 7, it's just another number of 7, but I'm sending it in knowing that. It's just when I get to this day, I want to see 10s, but I didn't send anything in that could get 10s. And that's why we need to go over here. We need to send in Amin Thompson and Ozzer Thompson and Saquon Barkley rookies and, Jalen Hurts rookies and Brian Thomas rookies and see what we can do about getting some of these guys graded. And maybe 10s because we pulled them ourselves in the last year or two rather than decades ago. Or this year, but the cards have been sitting in a closet for decades because someone just put an 87 Topps or Donruss box in a closet and it just sat there. So it's just how we have to do it, and I need to steel myself. I got the next shipment that's coming back was done this way. So there are 3 rows, several of the NFL draft rookies. I got I was going to say their first Bowmans, but a lot of them, it was their second or third Bowmans. And I do have some first Bowmans, but like the Cam Ward Bowman that I sent is not a first Bowman, but it is a Bowman card from this year's Bowman set. So those have a much better chance of getting 10. I got the same about the same number of cards coming back for the 6th shipment, and those will have a much higher percentage. I mean, we've got, once you pull Sugar and Shane's cards, we probably have less than 40 here, and we got 4 10s. So 10%. That's not a good rate. We've done much better in the past. And we will, I guarantee, I'm sitting here going, guarantee, what am I guaranteeing? Someone's going to write in the comments, what do you guarantee? Do you guarantee this? Anyway, I guarantee we'll do better than 10% on the next shipment because of that split, because of what we've done. And hopefully going forward, we can keep our minds focused on that. Get more 10s. Even if you have to get some 7s and stuff for the stuff you love, you really want to get, that Bo Jackson cracked and in, that's a 9, or this Roger Clemens black gold. Yes, it's going to come back a 6. It is. But I want to get it graded because I want it to be a graded set. You just have to know that's going to happen, and you have to be okay that your breakdown looks like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, that's how the breakdown's going to look if you keep sending in the cards that you send in. And I do believe, I haven't done the math, obviously. I didn't know the grades until just now. But this is probably the first shipment that when I stick them into the spreadsheet, I've lost money on. Everything else, once I've added it in and say current selling price, if I were to sell it right now, I've always made money. Now, I've never made money because I never sold any of them, but that's a different story. The concept of I've spent X amount of money grading it, plus X amount of money on the cards, and this is what it would get if I sold them all at their current price, and I made money, not lost money in that hypothetical situation. This is the first time I think that there's a chance that if I sold all these cards, I wouldn't make the $1,000 back on the grading, much less whatever I may have spent on some of the cards. So anyways, guys, I'm not disappointed. I'm happy. I don't know that I got much to add to my greatest part of my collection, but there is stuff to add to my collections, things that are going to make myself happier as I look around my office and it fills with graded cards because I love graded cards. And we have another one out there already. It's probably going to be another month or 2 before we get it back. So until then, we'll be opening Skybox. We'll be opening Pro Set. I've got to go on eBay and purchase because my payday is this week, which means I have the next 2. So I want to buy at least one more to get me to the week after my next payday so that I always have, I should be having 2. I should always be having one box, at least one box for the after my payday so that I'm not buying on my payday hoping it's here in 4 days to ship. I want to buy and have a week and 4 days to get the 2 boxes. So every payday I buy 2 boxes. So I'm going to be going on eBay and seeing what else we get. But we'll be doing Skybox and then Pro Set Series 1. I've been looking at several things. I want to do hockey and try to get the triple Gretzky card. I want to do another Upper Deck football and try to get the triple Montana card, although that would just give us probably more Game Breaker Barry Sanders to send in. But I'm also looking at, there's a DC set thing out right now that looks kind of cool that I'd like to go through. I just got to look into it and what it is. I'm not sure what's coming after the next 2 weeks, but stay tuned. You guys know how this works, and I'll see you then.